Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, we're tracking the investigation into a robbery in Lexington. Police tell us a woman was robbed at knife point right outside her home.
Good news for hundreds of Eastern Kentuckians. The suspension of their disability payments has been lifted. We'll have more on that coming up.
And this weekend, American Pharoah is looking to become the first Triple Crown winner in decades. We'll have more on how you can watch the Belmont Stakes and stay right here in the Bluegrass.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
It's Friday. Good morning and welcome to WKYT This Morning. So good to have you along. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith, bringing you reason to celebrate today. It is National Donut Day.
Yeah, there you go. There's a big deal.
If you like donuts, which apparently Bill does not.
Not a big fan, but you know, I always take a bite.
We'll take your donut from you. I'm sure you can agree with that, Micah.
Oh, absolutely. I'll steal a donut in a heartbeat from anybody. I love some donuts. But today's National Donut Day, you got to be excited about that. Another thing is this weather is just going to be really, really nice the next few days. Look at Defender. We actually have one small shower. We'll call it a sprinkle near Holy Hill. That's actually around 92 down far, far southern Kentucky in McCreary County, just to the east of Pine Knot. Sitting there in the 50s and 60s. Out and about this morning. It's a really good feel this morning. It's not on the cool side, it's not on the warm side, it's right there in the middle. You got to love that. 59 right now in Lexington. 84 by the afternoon, only a slight chance of rain. And the focus of the forecast, the weekend, of course, and it looks pretty good. A little bit warm, but still pretty good. And I'll have all that coming up in about 10 minutes.
See you in a bit. We thank you. Let's get to the news.
New this morning, we were tracking the investigation into a robbery in Lexington.
It happened just before midnight outside a home on Summerhill Drive. That's just off Man-O-War Boulevard. Police say a man robbed a woman at knife point. WKYT's Mark Barber is live at police headquarters downtown. Mark, what did the robber take in this?
Good morning, Bill. Police say that the robber stole the woman's phone and money, and then he tried to break into her apartment. The woman who was robbed tells us that she was smoking outside her apartment on Summerhill Drive around midnight when a man came around the corner of her building. She says he put a knife to her throat, so she threw her money and phone and then ran for her door. The victim tells us that after she locked herself in, the robber tried to break in and started banging on her window. She called police, but when officers got there, the robber was gone. We're told the man is in his 20s and was wearing a black bandana, dark pants, a black shirt, and ski gloves. Now, while investigators are still looking for the crook, they say they were able to find the woman's phone and her money and the robber's shirt. Coming up at 5:30, we'll explain how investigators were able to track all of that down. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. Some temporary relief is headed to hundreds of Eastern Kentuckians who had their disability payments suspended. For now, the Social Security Administration has lifted the suspension of disability payments. Hundreds of clients of Floyd County lawyer Eric Kahn learned last week that their payments would be suspended. It's all because of fallout from a 2013 investigation into how Kahn secured those benefits. Folks say the news comes as a huge relief.
I thought that, yes, I paid. It was great. I mean, I'm happy, but I'm still at this point what R.C. Kahn done to us, and I can't wait to get the lawsuit going on him.
In a statement, Congressman Hal Rogers, who represents much of eastern Kentucky, said that fraud needs to be handled appropriately. But he says this way folks can still get their benefits while they wait for the hearing as the investigation continues.
5 people are recovering this morning after a bad wreck in Boyle County. Investigators say 2 of the people were seriously injured. The crash happened late yesterday afternoon on Highway 52 east of Danville. Emergency crews say one vehicle was headed towards Lancaster, the other towards Danville. That's when they collided on a bridge. Both vehicles went off the road. Investigators say the intensity of the crash a bit unusual for that area.
We had 2 vehicles involved. Pretty violent crash.
There's a number of accidents that we do have on Highway 52. They're usually not serious, as this one was.
Firefighters tell us they do not think alcohol was a factor. The names of the injured have not been released.
A man who admits that he caused a deadly crash in Lexington apologized before being sentenced. A judge gave Keenan McLaughlin 17 years for manslaughter, leaving the scene of an accident, and drug trafficking. Last year, police say McLaughlin was leading them on a chase when he hit a car head-on. 2 people in the other car, Luis Gonzalez and Geneva Spencer, died.
I just want to let you know that I'm very apologetic for everything that I've done, and I'm claiming responsibility for everything. I never meant or intended for any of this to happen.
McLaughlin will be eligible for parole in about 3 years. His attorney says he has been traumatized by the experience.
A Richmond police officer is recovering from quite the scare after a car slammed into his police cruiser. This happened Wednesday afternoon on Foxhaven Drive in Richmond. Police say the driver of a truck suffered a medical emergency, blacked out, and hit the cruiser. A man working nearby says the noise shocked him.
When we just heard a loud bang, like it sounded like a shotgun went off inside the shop. It was horrifying. So we immediately dropped what we were doing and came out here. And there was a cop cruiser sitting sideways there.
Investigators say the police officer had some bruises but was treated and released from the hospital. They say the driver of the truck had a more serious neck injury and is recovering at UK Hospital.
A Central Kentucky bourbon distillery has broken ground on a big expansion. Four Roses Distillery is expanding its Anderson County facility. The $34 million expansion will double the size of the distillery and create about 15 new jobs. It includes 2 new buildings and new equipment. The project is scheduled to be finished by 2018. Four Roses also plans to rebuild 4 new warehouses at its Bullitt County warehouse and bottling facility.
One hopeful horse will try to become the first Triple Crown winner in decades this weekend.
American Pharaoh will race for that elusive title at the Belmont Stakes. And WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live from Keeneland, which will be packed with people who are eager to watch this big race. Hillary, when are those festivities beginning out there at the track?
Good morning. Well, that's right. Gates here at Keeneland open at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning as American Pharaoh looks to become the first Triple Crown winner in 37 years. The Triple Crown hopeful is preparing for his big race in New York while it is expected to be a packed house here in Lexington at Keeneland. There are activities and events planned all day tomorrow leading up to the Belmont Stakes. Belmont Day at Keeneland includes drawings to place a $500 win bet on a horse in the Belmont, a flat screen TV, and souvenir packages that include a $2 win ticket on American Pharaoh and an official race program from Belmont Park. Now, horse racing enthusiasts will also be able to watch the entire Belmont race card on the infield video board and televisions throughout the track. And as for another big draw to Keeneland, the food, concessions and full-service bars will be open. And in honor of the Belmont, there will also be a New York-style menu, including Manhattan clam chowder, Italian meatball sandwiches, and New York-style cheesecake, as well as the Belmont Breeze, the official drink of the Belmont. Now, Keeneland officials say you are also welcome to bring your own food and picnic items to set up here in the paddock. Now, both parking and admission are free tomorrow, and the racing gets started around 11:30. with American Pharaoh's Run It history set to take place around 6:50. Live in Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, it'll be fun to see them pull off the New York theme here in Kentucky.
That food sounds delicious.
It does, doesn't it? All right, it is 8 minutes after 5 on WKYT this morning, and we're just getting started with the news. A lot more coming up.
A special collectible to honor the pontiff being created in Pennsylvania. We'll show you these candles in a few.
And Pepsi is the latest to create healthier options with its products. We'll show you its new line of sodas coming up in your consumer news.
Yeah, pretty nice conditions out there right now. In toward the afternoon, it gets pretty warm. That humidity is up and up throughout the weekend. Very warm temperatures, but what about the rain? I'll have that answer coming up next.